All right, everybody, welcome to abolishcps.com, cpsbreakingnewstoday.com. And tonight is an opening test run night, but it comes with this guest that's an absolutely amazing figure in the CPS world. Um, if you don't know him, you're going to know him now. It's Mr. James Brown. This guy has been fighting kids for years and years and years. He's no holds barred type of dude. He does what needs to be done. He gets things done. He saves kids. He takes kids. He makes sure that CPS knows that he's there. He's loud. He's boisterous. And I don't really have much more to say for you, James. You can handle the rest of your own. What's happening, my man? How you doing?
Thank you, Mr. Darren. I appreciate you, brother. Oh man, it's a pleasure being here with you and the rest of parents around the whole world. CPS is they've not only kidnapped my kid, but they've kidnapped everybody else's and as well as your kid. And it's
Mm-hmm.
time for all of us to put our heads together and find a way how to stop them from harming the next families and harming our families and your family as well too.
Mm-hmm. James, what are they doing? What do they do? What tell these people out here? What is it that they're doing that's illegal? Like, tell them
So
what CPS is
so
really doing to people.
So basically, CPS is force adopting out these kids and placing them in the foster homes, and basically they're getting paid for federal funding and milking the system.
Right, they're getting it through these what are they? I'm sorry, I have a brain cramp there, but they're getting it through these things that they make you do, these
Yes,
services that they say, right? Like so,
voluntarily services as well too. It's all voluntarily.
that's the thing, right? You don't have to do this stuff.
No, you don't. You have that
Um,
right to actually say no.
right. Well, I mean, if they go ahead and people are worried about the courts and the courts ordering something. Well, they can't order you to do something that's voluntary.
No, sir, they
You,
can't. That's against the
right.
Constitution.
Right, that's extortion. You know,
Yes, sir,
that's
it
that's
is.
that's all those things, and that's one of the USC codes. Like so. Um, what do you have to say for people when? Let's talk about this just from the start, man. I've been out of this. I've been out of the TV scene for a little bit since I left Mr. Davis. And thank him for everything that he's done for me and helped me with. The guy was awesome to be a part of and with, and I appreciate that. But it's time to come out here and we're just changing it up a little bit because there are some things that I want to say that I can say now because this isn't held back by other things
Yes,
and
sir.
other stipulations. I want the truth, man, and the
Yeah,
people deserve the truth. Like
basically,
this isn't
basically,
this
they
isn't going to
always
be
try to gag the families, and
right.
basically they try to make them scared to where they don't come out and speak about their issues or anything else.
Right, they break the family apart. They
Yes,
destroy.
they do.
They come in there, they say that the husband's abusive, or they say that the wife is. One of them will be abusive. Someone will have a substance abuse issue, and they just dismantle the family unit that is, before this whatever happened, this allegation, this bull crap, hearsay thing that someone's called in, or some irrational ex-parent calls in, and they call in, and here comes CPS marching in with their god badges, acting
Yeah.
like they're king of the world. They just graduated from college. They can barely drink a beer, but yet they can separate a family, and that makes no sense to me.
Yes,
Um,
sir. I totally agree. And majority of the time, a lot of them are always basically acting as if they were government officials, and in reality, they're contractors for the city.
right. So they walk around. That badge really means your name is this,
Nothing. That badge
right?
really means nothing at all. You can buy a badge for a couple dollars off of eBay, and they could pretend all day that they're government officials, but in reality, they're not.
Right. So they're just contracted employees of the government. But
Yes,
yet they
sir.
walk around like they hold the power of a police department. They threaten you with the power of the police department when they come to your
Yeah.
house, and they try to strong arm you into giving you their kid, which again is voluntary. And I wish that I knew this stuff when this happened to me. I really do, because if I knew now what I knew then, I would still have my daughter. That's a
Yes. Yes,
fact.
sir.
Um, but James, what are some things that you can tell? I mean, we're just starting this here, and I will get into who you are and what you are here a little bit. We'll put up some videos so these people get a little taste of the James Brown.
Yes, sir.
But before that, what can you say to parents that are out there looking at CPS and looking at an upcoming situation? What advice or what can you say to them? Or not even advice. What sort of factual information and guidelines are you giving these people?
I would tell them basically look into everything, the court documents, court records, basically do background checks on the workers, basically anything to protect you and your loved ones and your kids as well too, because you got to remember that a lot of those CPS workers are basically impersonating as if they were government officials, and in reality they're nothing but strangers.
Right. And we're letting them, as Americans, this is what's crazy, right? I say this all the time. I'm a firm believer in this is that if you, the Bible says it too. It says, look to the animals. Don't look to the book for the lessons. You look to the animals. They'll teach you everything you need to know. Well,
Yes.
in nature, if any sort of animal goes into a nest, we all know what happens. Even a little chickadee will try to peck you to death as you're trying to take their eggs. But us
Yeah.
as humans, we're just allowing people with a paper badge to walk into our home and we hand them our kids. Now we're idiots, right? So the number one thing we've got to do here is we got to educate people. And we got to educate people to so that this is a preemptive situation. That's way that it's not too late because once they get their hands on your child, it is too late. You have a
Yes.
12% chance.
Make it
You have
basically
a right
difficult for you to recover the children.
12%, James. 12% chance of getting your kid reunified with you is what you get once they have them in your grasp.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
mean,
Especially
that's
with all the fraudulent documents that they be using
the
in
whole damn
courts,
thing's a lie.
the
Everything's a
whole thing,
lie.
it's all a sham.
And this is what we need to get across to people because here's the other part is that when CPS comes into your life, they knock on your door, they take your kid. God willing, that never happens to you. But if it does, prepare yourself for this too. Everybody is leaving your life because you now will be an outcast. You are a terrible person. You obviously were doing things behind closed doors that were, so atrocious that a government official themselves had to come in and take your child. It was that bad because people don't see what is really going on. So
Yes,
we
a lot of people
need
are
to spread
blind
the
to it
education.
because of, yeah, a lot of people are blind to it because of what they've been taught, and you got to unlearn everything to basically reteach yourself the actual the actual constitutional laws and basically see what is happening from inside out and from outside in.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of things that people can do to ensure that this doesn't happen. They just got to be prepared for it, right? Like,
Yes, yes,
so
sir.
yeah, so we have a lot
Because
of
at any
things coming.
moment it can happen to anybody of us, like any of us. Now look at it. Government officials are also are also getting their kids taken as well too, and then now they're looking for our help from the parents that already been through it, and
Right.
it's a shame because they should have listened to us in the first place when we were telling them where can we go for help to save our kids and stuff. And they were
Right.
just turning their backs on us and then basically just downgrading us and shooing us off and all that stuff and trying to gag us. But I
Yep.
had enough when my little boy was kidnapped too in 2018, 2019. And basically, I just took off from there because I utilized my story to help others, so this way they didn't go through the pain and the the heartache that I had to go through.
Right. That's just your story is one of everybody says, listen, everybody says our stories are similar. Our stories are similar. Well, they're not. They're not stories of similarity at all because my pain
No.
isn't your pain. Your pain isn't my pain. What your kid was feeling, what your ex was feeling, what the woman was feeling. All of these things are so completely different. Please, people, don't sit there and say, hey, we're so much the same. We're not even close. Not one of us are the same. So we all need to take our cases and fight them in a different way because it's an emotional fight, it's a physical fight, it's a
Yeah,
legal fight, it's
it's
so many
draining.
different components, right? Like that's just it. So like your case was your case. But you know what, dude? Tell you what, let's take a 30-second break here and then let's come back and let's get into your case. Sound good?
Yes, it sounds good.
All right. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to take a 30-second break here. We'll be right back with some more Mr. James Brown, the man himself. We're going to hear some of his story. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is Darren Wade, the CPS Punisher, here with Mr. James Brown, the man himself. Let me tell you something. This guy is a weapon. I mean, this guy is the one that you call when the shit's thick, you need some help. You call James Brown. When James Brown comes to town, watch out because he's the new sheriff. I'll tell you that right now. Like, this guy will stop at nothing to get your children back for you. He knows how serious this is, but he's willing to put himself out there and himself on the line to ensure that he gets your kids home because this is all illegal what these people are doing. Do you say that people are saying that this is a joke, that this is kidnapping people? This is they are stealing our children from our house. They're stealing our children based on presumption. They're stealing our kids for for hearsay. They're stealing our kids, making us guilty before we even get founded or any sort of freedom. No, I don't think so. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Where's that when they're stealing our freaking kids? That's why we need people like Mr. James Brown.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
James,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit. Yeah. James, do some speaking. They don't
Okay.
want to hear
So
me. They want to hear you, buddy.
basically, I'm out of Los Angeles, California, and it all happened in 2017 when my ex basically she would abuse me, and I didn't want to be in that relationship anymore. So I had to make a tough decision, and basically I had to leave my little boy right there at her house while I had to take care of myself and basically I had to go to New York and stuff so I could regroup and everything. And one day I got a message saying if anything happens to your son, it'll be your fault. And basically, I ended up getting a message saying that my little boy couldn't walk or talk anymore. Well, come to
Oh my
find out,
God.
I did a lot of research and I started seeing why the courts were not allowing me to speak, or basically why weren't they allowing me to be in my little boy's life. And it's because I started exposing the corruption that was going on, and not only in my case but in a lot of the parents' cases. I can basically pinpoint all their flaws, all the corruption that's taking place, and it all has to go through back from the birth certificates. Basically, when you're there signing for your kids' birth certificates, you're basically giving them up to the state and registering them. And when you're doing that, it basically takes custody from us and gives it to the state, and the state feels like that they're the mom and dad of the kids. And so I started exposing that, and in 2019 I ended up getting my case reversed, and basically it's all null and void now. Null and void ab initio. And now I started learning how to attack it, and basically they try to they basically try to stop me from helping others by either locking me up on fake charges or just false allegations, and trying to keep me to where I'm incarcerated, or not able to yeah, not able to help families anymore, but the thing is, I've learned basically how to challenge jurisdiction as a living human being, and not that birth certificate. Basically, that birth certificate is a corporation, the all caps name. It's basically goes down to a straw man. And basically what we're set in place for an unusual transaction that is being taken place, and they're breaching all our trust accounts basically. I think your thing's muted, brother.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. The damn
No
million
worries.
dollar studio. Damn $1 million studio, man. You can't get anything right. But
It's beautiful though.
what you're saying here is this is that this is set up before you even have a chance to make a play at life. This straw
Yes, yes.
man and all of these things. You don't have a choice here in this matter. So again, this if this is what this is contract law, and but if I'm correct, this contract should be null and void, right? Like because you
Yes.
didn't sign for this, right? Is that what
It
you're
should
saying
be
here?
null and void from the very beginning, because it's already they're already committing fraud on the court by using an all caps title that's basically a fictitious entity. How is a entity going to have a living soul when it can't walk, speak, or basically have a living heartbeat, you know.
Right.
it,
Right.
and basically that's already committing fraud on the court on their behalf.
Right. James, before everybody sits here and says, "Oh, these whack jobs," and want to flip this channel and all this stuff, why don't you tell people what your background is in this law field?
Yeah, basically, I got my license to practice law out of California. I sat down and took the bar exam and ended up passing. And basically, that bar exam is just nothing but a membership ID. It really has no actual
There's
legal, like
no right,
basically they all got bar membership ID numbers, and it's just like a big cult thing that they got going on.
right, and their allegiance, the bar's allegiance is to who?
Yes, to the British.
Right. So
The
this is
British
what.
Association or Association Register.
Right. So when they're sitting here in the United States and you're talking about them upholding and defending the Constitution, well, not the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, because the Constitution is put into place to keep the government in line with us. See, this is what people forget. People forget that this is a government made from the people, for the people, by the people. Right. So,
Yeah.
so what we need to remember here, guys, is that we're the boss,
Yes,
and we need to
exactly.
take control of that. Why don't you tell people how you won in the courtroom?
Well, basically, I end up going in there and I end up challenging jurisdiction, and basically, I created a timeline from front to back and basically presented it, and they end up going into the chambers. They called for a recess, went in the chambers, and they end up firing the attorney or my public defender, and they end up firing the DA due to fraud in the court. Basically, they allowed my ex to file fraudulent documents, and I exposed the fraud in the court.
Right.
And now everything got reversed, and it brought it to a screeching halt. And after that was before coronavirus had hit in
Right.
2019. Yes, sir. And
The
after
good
that,
old
they
scheme.
made it hard for a lot of parents and stuff to actually go into the courts and actually fight for their children. They made it to where they had to hire representatives or hire an attorney that was basically not there in the family's best interest, but they were there for their own best interest, and basically taking from the family and giving it to the courts.
Right. And did you know that the best interest of the child is determined by the judge? There's no set of standards for that. The judge gets to use their discretion and decide what the best interest of the child is. I mean, there
Yeah,
are some guidelines that they have to adhere to, but the bulk of the decision of the best interest of the child is, in fact, up to the judge. So if you've got a crooked judge
yeah,
and you've got the caseworkers against you, they're obviously all against you. You don't stand a chance in hell. You do not
no,
stand a damn chance. And then they're
and
getting
that's
it
why.
through the guardian ad litems. Like the whole thing is just a freaking bing, 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 a slinky effect. Like you don't,
Yeah,
from the moment you come into that court and they give you that court appointed attorney, it's over for you. That court
yes.
appointed attorney is going to do nothing but walk you down to a TPR and ensure that there's no appeal for you to file.
Yes, exactly. And when I ended up winning my appeal, it was basically it was a miracle because I checked the statistic rates, and it was about like 3% of the population that has ever gotten them reversed, and and I tried that for a lot of the families, try to get it where it ends up getting reversed.
Right.
And because if I was able to get mine reversed, I know I can help others get theirs reversed too. It just takes a long process.
All right. And
It
you're
took
not
me
willing, you're
it
not
took me
going to
a
do
few
it for
years of
free.
fighting, being gagged, thrown in jail for basically no crimes that were ever committed,
Right.
and basically railroaded. And when I exposed CPS, basically they took my rights as a father to visit my little boy, or basically to even know when's his doctor's appointments, stuff like that. I was always the last to find out, and I also got videos too of the CPS. Basically, I asked them. I said, "Why am I always the last to find out what happens to my little boy?" And they told me their answer was, "Well, Mr. Brown, that's the way we do business." So I
That's the
told
way we
them,
do business.
yeah, I told him, I said, I'll show you how I do my business. And basically, I just started exposing them to the max.
Yeah, you put
And
your money where your mouth was. That's for damn sure. No doubt
yeah,
about
not
that,
only in
James.
California that I exposed them, but I started flying around different states
Yep.
and basically protesting, going into the CPS offices, putting them on blast, basically serving them documents and getting them in trouble for trespassing on the parents' property.
And how many times have you done that, James? How many times have you gone out into the public and then went in and just, lambasted these people? Because I'm gonna pull this up here. We got a little video of you here, but like,
Yes,
how many times have you done that, buddy? How many
there's
times you?
it's been to the point where I've already lost track of how many times. It's crazy.
Right, and that's what you
Yeah,
love, right? You
I
love
love
going in
doing
there
it.
and exposing these people for what they truly are, right? Like that's what
Yes,
this is
sir.
all about to you.
I also started a hashtag, which is hashtag Save All Kids, and
Oh,
that
nice.
basically shares that hashtag all around the world, and that's how a lot of families basically find me on social media, and basically they ask me for help, and I tell them I'll fly wherever I have to fly just to be able to go and help save their family and save their kids.
That's freaking wonderful. That is
And
great.
I always put myself on the line for others, so this way they don't have to go through heartache and pain anymore. Because I
Right.
see how it is to suffer from all that.
Here we go, James. I got this video of you here. Let me just
Yes,
sorry
sir.
about this. Let me cue this up right here. So I still getting these quirks out. All right, but here we are. This is going to be your screen here for right
You know
now.
which one it is?
Here we go. I'm doing this all wrong, I'm sure, but the bottom line is that we're going to get your video on here so that we're going to be able to see it. Hopefully. There we go. That's UFO evidence. That is not you, James. Let me find you here. I'm sorry. Here we go. Here we go. Rewind this a little bit here, and let's take it from the top, right?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Is there a volume on this? Is there volume coming from this, James?
Yeah.
You know which one it is?
You can hear the video.
Yeah.
CPS, stop stealing children.
But you do hear the video. There's audio.
Yes,
We
yes,
the
Steve,
people know what you guys are doing. Statewide, nationwide, worldwide. Health department, you too. You guys are getting everybody sick. CPS, for all that are committing crimes against we the people, please come out with your hands up. Texas Department of Family and Protective
James, why don't you
Services.
tell the
Really
people what's
testing
going
your name.
on here?
Selling children.
Tell them a little bit about
what was that, buddy?
Stop
it. But you're telling me
kidnapping
that
children.
there is audio, right?
Department
Yeah,
of Family
audio.
Services.
What is this situation that's going on here in this video?
So basically, they were trying to kidnap a young girl out of Victoria, Texas, and basically we went and put them on notice and told them how they were trespassing basically on the property, and basically now we were putting them on notice and showing them that we're not claiming no more that our families are important and other families are important as well too, and I'm there to be a voice for all of America.
This is freaking great. I'm really bummed
Hi.
that I can't hear
How's it
this.
going? Do you know who Jennifer is with Child Protective Services? No, I can't. We have the Bill of Rights. We just need to know where Jennifer's at.
You
Look at
guys
the
keep
views.
on coming to
She
the
got
house
9.3
harassing.
She's about to be
views.
served, so we just need to see where Jennifer's at.
Yeah, and basically
No.
This is for our personal safety.
This is
If
in
you
public
guys
view.
keep
You are a
trespassing-
public servant,
Yes.
and we have the Bill of Rights.
This is during COVID, I'm guessing.
Yeah, this was during COVID time.
Huh? Oh. Hello? Jennifer? Hello, Jennifer? Jennifer, CPS caseworker. Hi, how's it going? There, y'all are served. But where's
How
Jennifer? I'd
scared
like
are
to
these
speak with her.
workers of you right at this point,
I
right?
don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically
Jennifer, which
they
Jennifer?
see me
I
as a
just served them,
person
everybody.
that
So
basically
we're Facebook Live.
You know?
Okay, we don't want her to come to our property anymore.
I love the fact
She's
that they're
being
all
warned.
running and hiding from you.
The next time
Yeah.
she comes over, she will be thrown in jail. I'm telling you right now.
Jennifer,
They do
Janek,
a lot of different states as well too. They're always running from us.
Okay, so you can have one for Jennifer, and that one's for your boss. Okay,
thank you.
and we're not playing no games, miss.
You
Okay,
know what?
don't ever bring her back to the property.
Already on to you guys too.
We already sent the police and everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, that takes some balls, James. It really does.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. No,
You know, how many people did you invoke hope for in this video, you think? You know, when just people saw this. I mean, 9.3 thousand people saw this video. That's a lot of people, and that's a lot of hope, man, for people that maybe didn't think they would ever get their kid back, that they would never see their kids again, that they would never, any of this stuff. And you made this possible for some people to be able to go to sleep and then wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm going to fight now, because this is the hardest
Go back
thing.
there. Go back there. Tell something.
we start this so this way parents can actually have that hope in their hearts there and have faith that there's
That's for the
people out
boss right there.
like us that are willing to put our
Okay.
lives
Right, thank you.
So all of this CPS kidnapping and child trafficking needs to stop.
Yeah, this is nuts.
All of this
Let me
CPS
step
kidnapping
away.
needs to stop. You hear
I'm
me?
not
It
pretending
needs
like I'm
to
not
stop.
looking. I'm sorry. Who's that? Nope, I'm not looking.
Yeah.
Now, do the cops normally come when this goes on? When you
Yeah,
guys are
basically,
doing this stuff?
they come after if CPS can't basically get what they want and get their situation solved, they basically try to utilize the police and try to.
We're tired of it, guys. We really are. Me and James are tired of it.
Do you find yourself?
There also will be a part of the
Abolish CPS! Abolish CPS! CPS steals kids and sells them for cash. It's not good. Y'all need to get a new damn
If you don't
job.
mind, if you
Stop
don't mind
stealing
saying,
children.
who is this guy in the video with you?
Damn,
Let's
those
play
people.
Michael Cardena. He's Dad versus CPS on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's brother
Stop
Michael.
stealing kids. CPS.
Brother Michael.
We linked up so this way we
You
can
guys will be exposed.
destruction.
CPS. You need to stop
Oh, well,
stealing
let's
these
get his
kids.
name up on. I'm gonna put his name up on the chat. What was his name?
For real, man.
Dad versus
We gotta
what?
stop all that, man.
Hell yeah.
All this CPS kidnapping and child trafficking needs to
Yeah.
stop.
We will travel wherever we gotta travel
Dad
and put
versus-
these guys on notice and expose the hell out of
What
them.
was it?
Here with brother James.
What is
Dad
it?
versus
Dad
CPS.
versus
James from the family Brown.
Yeah.
All right, guys, over and out. Even in the rain.
Dad versus
This is from
CPS,
God,
you
man.
said?
He sent us here.
Yeah, he put Dads versus CPS.
Yes, you are, man. You are a corporation. You are a private for-profit corporation business. You are.
We are the state of Texas.
Oh, so then you're the whole state? Does your state in Texas? So you're the land of Texas? Or
Hey, if you
does
guys
the
are
state of
watching this,
Texas
you
have
see
a,
this right
have
here.
a
We got a
DUNS number
chat going
that's
on
associated
right
with
here.
it
This
to
little,
conduct business?
little
CPS?
box where
Yeah.
if you have any
Hold on, I want to
questions
get
or
this. Hold on.
comments or whatever,
Hold on.
go ahead and
There's an
throw 'em up.
example of
Hey, how's it
when
going?
a CPS can't
How's it
handle their
going?
job. Basically,
Hey,
this is
how's it going? What's your name? What's your number? What's your name? What's your name?
Jackson with CPS.
What's your name?
Kenneth Jackson.
Hold on.
You guys know you
Bye-bye.
guys do wrong, sir.
Let
You
me
guys
see
know you
this
guys do
on
wrong.
YouTube. Now you're all
I
over the world,
suggest you take
dude.
another job.
Yes, sir.
Take another job, sir, and do right.
There you go.
God's watching you. God's watching you.
What is your name?
Wow, man.
I don't speak to no CPS workers.
Off they go.
Yes, how you doing, man?
How's it going?
May I ask
This
what
part
you
is where
doing?
the police come in charge of it.
CPS to come check on
Yes,
welfare.
CPS are kidnappers, sir.
Yeah, can you please get off the property, please? Yeah, please get off the property right now. Right now. Leave right now. We're not playing no games.
Yes, sir. And,
Get off the property.
He's talking to us.
Get off the property. James, get him off the property.
What you guys are doing on the property? It's private property,
Oh,
sir, and,
okay,
and
let me
we know
explain.
Get off the property right now.
you know, we will express.
Get off the property right now.
You guys are trespassing on our property, and we would like to.
Can you come out to the
I don't
road?
answer
Wow,
questions.
man.
sir. I
This
don't
is
answer
just
questions.
Get off the property.
Thank you. Have a blessed day. God bless you.
What are those
and uphold
cops
the
saying, James, as
Constitution,
they're
please,
walking?
you guys.
What are
You
these
guys
guys possibly
utilize the
conversating
Constitution
about?
because
Y'all gonna come back? Y'all gonna come back? Y'all need a warrant.
Well, we just wanted to talk because somebody
No,
called.
we don't have
Yeah,
to.
I can't hear
If
them,
you're-
so
if you're gonna come back, come back with a warrant.
Of what they're talking
Come-
about.
come back with a warrant.
Just explaining as to why we were here.
This
You didn't even hear me out.
I don't want to hear you out.
And they removed the
We're done.
little girl,
We're on
but
property.
basically
Thank
we
you, God
stopped
bless
them
you.
from
Go get a
being
go get a
We
warrant.
don't have no
We don't need it.
questions.
We
Right,
don't have
what
no
did you
reason
do
to
to
God
make
bless
them
you.
turn
We don't have a
around?
reason.
Okay,
What was
bye-bye.
being said? What were they
Bye-bye.
doing? What are
All right,
some
have a good day.
skills and techniques and tactics you can tell us about, when CPS comes to town? Things that you right from the goal you should know. Right out from the second that they even look at you
Yes.
from their car across the street or wherever they park. What are some of the
Basically,
things?
you just want to record
You know that
them and
conspiracy
basically
against rights is a federal
put the
offense?
whole encounter on video footage.
Like I said
so
earlier,
this way, in
man,
case
we
you
have
need to
no
expose it,
reason to be
because
on
if
your
you
property.
think
That's
about
why
it,
we were there
they-
civilly,
they're not
just to
even
talk
having
because we
no
got called by
warrants or
Child Protective Services
probable
to come
cause
do
to
a
even
welfare
remove
check.
it.
Who's that guy? I want to know his name.
without
Right,
you being in
Jackson.
immediate danger.
Right, because
The
we
agent
don't
that
know
came
what
over.
you have to
Oh,
look
I have
for.
no idea.
Exactly.
for,
And it's not
concern.
like
Okay,
like,
well, there's no
me,
welfare.
for instance,
Okay.
If I would have knew
We
all
have
the
no
stuff I
reason.
know now,
Well,
I
a
mean, I
welfare
lived
on who?
over
Whose
at
child?
my mom's
You
house
didn't
too,
want us to
but
talk. Somebody
whose
I was
child?
so scared that they
You know
broke
who
into
it
the
was.
house.
I don't know.
And they
Who?
kidnapped my little boy when
You
I
know
was
who
at
it was.
birth.
That's why we were here.
Who
Right.
was it?
And that was the last time I ever seen my
Y'all
little
can go
boy.
get a warrant, okay?
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. We're leaving.
Okay, bye. Don't come back here again. Don't come back here again.
We're on our way to a meeting, but we saw you. Can we help you?
Yeah, we need all this kidnapping and
How
child trafficking
American
with the
people
CPS
so
to stop.
stupid.
Okay, well, understand, we work for the county. We're not able to say
Whatever it
CPS
is,
is not located down here. with
Yeah, I know.
So that's,
Give this man one of these.
it was the police,
We need-
the Victoria Police.
We need this trespasser to stop coming over.
When we
Okay.
told them they were on our
Before
private
it's too
property,
late
they said they had no
destroy
business there, and we just don't understand.
Can I have y'all's names? Just for a Facebook
I'm
Live?
Roy Boyd.
Roy Boyd? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you related to Marion Boyd in Creasel Springs?
No,
The sheriff?
I am friends with him.
Oh, great.
Hot rod and some oil tycoon business, like, man, it's just incredible. It's just amazing, James. Like, I just can't. We need more people like you out there. We definitely
Thank you,
do
brother.
need more people. We need to be able to stop this. We need to be able to educate, and we need to be able to tell you what. Take a break here real quick. We'll be right back. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll come back with you folks. All right, we're back here with James Brown, the man himself. We just watched some of the stuff that he's all about. He is the man himself, James Brown. He just got out of a little bit of a retention thing because of the things that he was doing when fighting CPS. But it's better to have him now back out on the streets with us fighting as a team. We got a lot of good things that are coming here in the future, James. I know that this is all new to you for the past. You've missed, a little bit of time here, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, man. We are forming uh, an elite of elitist team. This platform that we're looking at right here is now going to have uh, Malibu Dallas, Justice Jess, me, you, a slew of other people that we're getting on to be involved with us, and we are forming um, the Navy SEALs, I guess, of this CPS
Yes.
man. And it's taken some time for all of us that we've all committed to this. It's taken a lot of time for all of us. Like we put our dues in, man. It
A
took a
lot
lot
of
of
studying
networking.
as well too.
Yeah, I just want man, listen, we've done, and when I say we, I'm including you. We've done a lot of networking. We've gotten to the place we've been. We've had to meet a lot of people to get where we are. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And what
definitely.
I want to bring up to people out here right now that are watching is this: be aware of the shams in this. I don't even know what you want to call it.
Fonzie is a Fonzie scheme.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, the thing is this, man. It's the people are vulnerable enough as it is, and that's terrible. And listen, I was one of those parents too. I bought every little scheme that I could buy. I bought every little, 49.95, come in, save my kid thing. I bought all of these things. I listened to what anybody said. I trusted every person that said that they knew anything about CPS. I just there was no stopping it for me. If I saw it and I thought that it was real, then I did it. And I tried to grasp it and learn it, and it was all malarkey, man. The only I can tell you this: read for yourself, right? Like learn
Yes,
if you
that's
hear
very
someone's
important. Do a lot of researching because it never ends with the researching. Like we always come across everything or stuff that we can actually utilize to actually save the kids.
right.
And
I mean, you
not have to worry about taking matters into our own hands or having to run up in a foster home where they're being abused or possibly even raped or molested.
right. Because
And
let's be real, this is real stuff, man. This isn't just
yeah,
taking kids. This is not just taking kids and putting them into nice family settings and moving along with life. And this is unfair. This is taking kids out of beautiful,
loving
healthy,
families.
loving family homes, right, man? And they're putting them into pure freaking hell.
Yeah, that's one thing that they're really doing, and it actually does. The term "kids for cash" actually does exist because that's what they're actually doing. They're taking all our kids and basically selling them out to basically people that are harming the kids.
Right. It's
And
disgusting, man. It's
yes,
it's
and
terrible.
they're actually doing medical kidnappings as well too, and that's going on every day. And it's crazy because if you think about it, how many missing children are there in this world,
Right.
um, as well
Yep.
as in different continents, countries, and states? It's
Yeah.
in all
It's
50, it's in all
disgusting.
50 states plus in different continents as well too.
Yeah. It's disgusting what they're doing in the name of children. And let me ask this to anybody that's listening, and including you, James: why the hell are we punishing these kids? Because they've done nothing. Even in the situation that a parent does do something wrong or whatever, why are these kids being punished? Why are
Basically, basically, it comes all down to the greed of money that is basically like monopoly money. It has no value to it. If you think about it, it's all printed paper. They're printing all this paper and trying to kidnap kids as well to cover up their scheme that their billion-dollar corporation. If they were making billions, then why is the U.S. in such debt? And
right? Well, you
that
know me.
fiat note is basically a legal tender for all debts, public and private. So you're trading a debt for a debt, you know?
I mean, I'm a firm believer that these states are now using these kids and what they're doing with them and putting them out into the adoption ring and wherever they're putting them. I think that they're actually, and I can prove this, I believe, if I was a scientist, it would be an hypothesis. So it would be acceptable. But I really think some states are using the amount of kids that they're taking in to balance their budgets.
Yes,
I mean,
they're trying to balance the off ledger and on ledger basically of their accounts.
right.
And
It's
yup,
if they're putting these new kids, listen, if all of this money is being dumped into this system, first of all, Title IV funding states clearly, and I have a copy of it right here, that this reunification is where this money is to be spent. So people are like, oh, this, that. Get it right, people. Title IV already tells you that they're supposed to be spending the money on reunification. And if not, they're doing this illegally. So they're illegally taking funds because we all know that reunification is the last thing that these people are spending their money on. They're
yes,
putting
that's
it through a
correct.
generic tell system of substance abuse. But then, you go through the substance abuse stuff and they say that it's not good enough or this counselor wasn't good enough or you know what I'm saying? Like they go through all of this malarkey, this BS, and they're still. I mean, I would love to see what the billable hours are when they go up. Like a family actually is like because they are, I'm sure, billed for the services. I know that they are, as a matter of fact, some of them. But like what is the billing for the foster families or the kinship families? Like this money is so freaking rancid. But, there's another thing I want to bring up. Why are people that are now taking our children like in the situations that I know of a couple of people that their family members they're taking their family members with them and they're only freaking making them do it if they get a foster care license for their home.
Yup, and basically giving them, yeah, exactly, and giving them checks for basically for no reason, you know?
Right. And it's not even I don't want to blame because there are dirty and crooked foster families in there for sure, but I mean, come on, man. That keeps CPS in your life. It keeps them flourishing in your business. And it allows the CPS to not only jump over from the jurisdiction and the presence of your child when it was your child and fighting with it, but now they get to double bang it and get these foster homes to be accountable for what they're doing and the standards and all of this stuff. Like I really wish I could say that every kid that got taken out of a home, even though they're being relocated or whatever, they're being put into something equal, if not better than they were. And absolutely no abuse. Because right now, abuse, say your kid's in the system and they're getting abused by whoever has them. As much as you want to say, okay, go get my kid and bring them home to me, it's not going to happen because they don't care what's happening to the kid.
They
Period.
don't.
All
Uh,
they care about are these things right around us here. And these, you know what I
yeah,
mean? All the money. Let's get that money. Let's get that money. Let's fund that money. So if they treat it like a little auction, like how many kids can you get? Up, we got 3 today. Yep, yep, yep. You know what I
yup.
mean? Like that's what they're doing.
Basically, they're trying to make a quota
Yeah,
and trying to meet their numbers and stuff. And basically, that's all they see us as is just one big number.
right. One big dirty corrupt number
Yeah,
that we never expected would be. And that's the hard part about everything, man. Is when you so much in your heart don't want to believe that that's truth, but it
and
is.
I
And
had to
that's
basically dig deep just to be able to uncover a lot of the stuff that I've uncovered. And
what.
basically, I have gotten to where they called me crazy. They
Yeah,
try to downgrade me, try to do everything that they could to try to keep families from actually reaching out to me and actually me going out to helping them, you know?
right,
And they either try to silence me or they try to basically lock me up for crimes that basically are bogus, you know? And I just ran into a situation in Dallas, Texas, and they arrested me off of an old gun charge. Basically, that gun charge should have never even happened. Why? Because it was off of an unlawful search and seizure,
right,
and basically they said I had an old warrant out of California. That case in California got reversed and is null and void. So basically, they lied to just basically shut me up in Texas and keep me from exposing the corruption out here. and basically they retaliated on me and rigged up a case and
Wow.
basically locked me up for that gun charge. And in reality,
Wow.
why did they ever release me in the first place from Tarrant County, knowing dang well that I had got my gun charge? Basically, is so this way in the future they can silence me even more when I'm trying to get more out there, and basically keep me from being able to fly out, or basically keep me from being able to help the next parent.
No, better than no parent, like, Jesus. Threw that over the edge.
Yes. Also, too, in the shows later on to come, I have more videos as well too. So
Right.
be able to put together something for the families to actually see, like the steps and processes of being able to save their kids.
Right. I mean, we're not getting. This thing is not done for us. This is just a beginning. I'm excited
Yes.
about this beginning, and we're coming up
It's
to our 1 hour mark here. James, I'm gonna let you go ahead and rip the last thought for these people. Tell them anything you got to say, what you want to say. Get it off your chest, buddy. This is your time right here to get some words out and whatever. And why don't we go ahead now, ladies and gentlemen? This is Mr. James Brown. Listen to what this man has to say, because it's
I
gonna be
just want to
something.
tell the parents, never give up and always have faith, and just know that God's gonna help us through this time. What is hidden in the dark will come to light. And basically, if you guys ever need help or anything, you could reach out to Brother Darren, or you could reach out to me as well too. And
Yeah.
we'll be more than willing to put our lives on the line and help your family or even our families, and even same with you, Brother Darren.
Yeah,
Uh,
you know where doing it
gonna
here,
be
James.
I'm gonna be flying to Maine pretty soon too, so I can go out there and help you as well. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm telling you, this is where it is, man. This is where it's at, man. It's just
yeah.
not, but we'll get to here. We'll get to there. I will get my daughter back. I'm
Amen.
surrounded by a great group of OQP right now.
Yeah,
OQP is other quality people. That's a phrase that Lester Brown uses, and to get there, you need to be around that, and you can find out very quickly who those OQP are not.
yes, sir.
It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much.
Also, too, there's a website that a federal employee actually turned me on to, and basically it's called 1215.org. So I highly
Okay.
suggest a lot of the families, if you guys are going through situations that we are going through, you're more than welcome to check out that site and learn everything you could front to back, because it breaks down everything. And basically, when I repudiated my citizenship, it was basically one of the best decisions I ever made. Why? Because it took me out from under their jurisdiction, and I no
Right.
longer understand anything of theirs. I overstand their authority, and basically, now I too basically utilize the Bill of Rights and the organic Constitution. And that was the best thing I ever did, was unlearn all the BS that they taught me through the school, and basically re-taught myself everything that I know nowadays. And
Right.
that's why the whole reason why I actually took that bar license test, or the bar test, is so I can show families. Basically, the attorneys are only they're acting as if they're government officials, but in reality they're not. They're just one big mafia.
One big solid mafia. What was that, James? You again? You said 1215.org.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
And what's on that site again?
Basically, it talks about sovereignty, basically the corruption in the system. It talks about a court of record, not a court of record. Basically, it teaches you the whole breakdown of the judicial system.
1215.org, people. That's an important resource. James, I tell you what, buddy, I want to thank you so much for this today. This was a great way for us to test things out. I'm
Thank you, brother.
excited about this. I'm excited about how things are going to progress and move forward. And I'm looking forward to me and you. We've been talking about this for a long time, man. We've been talking about, getting these things up, and it's happening now. We need some support from you people out there. paying attention to our shows, watching what we're doing, making sure that you keep us in check. Like if you guys know things that we're saying wrong or whatever, please by all means correct it, because we are all into this system and this fight on accident or on purpose accident. I don't know what I'm trying to say that way there, but we're all here anyway together. So we all need to form and bend and be together. That's why I started abolishcps.com. That's why we have CPS breaking news today. Because in all of these places, you're going to find ways that you can go out and get a bunch of files if you want. Like we need to have everything in our arsenal that we have in what we're doing here, and this is what we're doing, and we're building this, and with the help of the 18 people that we've got on here now, it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait for it.
Yes, sir. Also, too, I'm going to share a link with you as well that it's called Index of PDFs, and basically it's
Okay.
every document that you can ever think of that you'll need to be able to save your kids, or to basically even establish a trust account, or even basically discharge debt. I have all those documents that we started putting together to help families, so this way they can basically go to sleep knowing that they have every document they can ever need in their case and stuff. So
What is
yeah,
that one again? Index
it's
of
called
PDFs?
Index of PDFs. I'll share the source code with you, and basically you can give it out to the families and all that,
Oh, good,
and
good.
help them out. And it's every document you can ever think of.
It's freaking amazing. I mean, the information that's out there. It's just it's awesome. It's amazing. And we need to start. We need to start letting people know that it is there for us and that we
Yeah.
can use it. All right, James. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I
Thank you,
look
brother
forward
Darren.
to our
God bless you
future,
so much.
buddy. This is awesome. I'm so happy that you're out of your vacation, so that we can move
Yeah.
forward. And I'm excited for you to meet the rest of the this crew here that we're building. You are the man, James Brown, and I'm
Thank you,
excited
sir.
to do more with you, buddy. Until next time, James, we out of here.
God bless you guys.
And in stream.